Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we are doing, I think, the second episode of, what are we in now?
Nahum.
Nahum. That's right. So yeah, we're getting back to it. We had a little bit of a break with, I don't know if anybody caught our special episode that's listening right now.
Our emergency episode.
But
yeah.
You know, some shit's going down in the government. If you hadn't noticed here in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Good.
It's not great.
It's not a good time to be living through American history.
But what you may have noticed is that there are no ads.
Right. And that is on purpose.
That is on purpose. We are no longer doing ads on any of our shows because we don't want our money to inadvertently go to Trump or anybody that is even remotely connected to him.
And we can't field those ads through our platform that we use.
Right. They just get automatically inserted. So we just pulled them all together.
Yeah.
And we're dealing with what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, it's very important that we ask for patron help. And we did in the last episode specifically. And we've had a really, really great response, but we do need more to make up the difference. But we do have a shout out to do today.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Oh my gosh.
We want to send a big thank you to Bill C.
Bill C.
Yeah. Bill C donated on our Patreon platform, became a sustaining member for us.
Aw, thank you, Bill.
And it is so much. I mean, obviously, we just explained why. We just lost all of our advertising revenue. Mm-hmm. And we need to make it up somehow because as it was, we were just kind of breaking even. So we're actually reinvesting some of our own money right now to keep this thing going. And we could really use your help. And Bill, thank you so much for your contribution. We really appreciate it.
It means the world to us that you care enough and are able to support us and chose to. So thank you.
Anybody that has talked to us, you know, on a regular basis knows that we don't demand that you keep doing this ever. It's not like it's if you can help, then we appreciate it. But if you can't help, we still appreciate you.
And moreover, if you can't help but want to come hang out with us, whether you can help or not and want to come hang out with us, come visit us for our lives in Discord on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. And
it doesn't matter if you financially support us or not. It's a great crowd.
It really is.
So if you are wishing that you could donate but can't, but wish you could support us some other way, come hang out with us, man.
Yeah, or just share a post on your social media feed. Yeah. That helps too.
True. That is true.
But Bill, thank you again for your donation. It means the world.
Thank you so much, Bill.
All right. That being said, are you ready to get into Nahum chapter 2?
Fuck yeah, I am.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right. So before I hop into Nahum chapter 2,
yeah,
let us recall that the the chapter that we're in actually kind of started at the end of chapter 1.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, you said it depended on whether you're reading the Christian Bible or
the Hebrew
Bible.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to go back and read that last verse because it kind of goes with this one.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we even felt that at the time, like, that was a dumb place to cut it. It actually does go with the next one because it changed the subject.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is the end of chapter 1, okay?
Uh-huh.
Look, there on the mountains, the feet of one who brings good news, who proclaims peace. Celebrate your festivals, Judah, and fulfill your vows. No more will the wicked invade you. They will be completely destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, chapter 2.
But I like how it's just the feet. Like, because God's, like, so large. Apparently, it's just, like, his feet coming down through the crowd. Or through the clouds, I mean.
Yeah.
And it's just standing there on the mountain. Like, look, it's feet.
It makes me think of the monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Like, okay, at the beginning when they're walking funny and they're like, here we come walking down the street. You get the funniest looks from everyone you meet. You know, because their feet are like crossing over each other. I don't know.
Like, there's got to be like 90% of the people that are listening to this going, what the fuck is wife talking about?
I just look up the monkeys.
You're bringing up the Monkeys movie?
No, I don't know.
I haven't seen that in like
I thought it was
since
a
I was
show.
a kid. Maybe it was a show. It was a show, but like, who the fuck watched that?
I don't know.
I mean, I look. I know some people watched it.
It was before
I've
our
seen it.
time, but we had no right to see it.
Right, but if it's before our time,
I know.
like,
I know. But look, when you say feet, like, that's all I could think. Like, I'm watching people's feet, right? And they're just crossing
it's
over
just
each other.
sometimes your references, I'm like, where are you pulling this shit
But
from?
you know what is nice?
What's that?
I always hear from people saying, I love your references, wife. So kindly fuck off.
Sure.
While we're on the topic of me telling husband to fuck off,
Yeah.
I did want to address something.
Did you?
Yeah. On 2 separate occasions, I've been told that I either call myself dumb or I call my husband dumb way too often. And so I wanted to take that into consideration. And like 2 separate people told me, like, one said that I call myself dumb too much, and the other one told me that I call husband dumb too much.
Right.
So I'm taking a few things from this, which is that at least I'm calling both of us dumb. You know, so like, I'm not.
This is what we're taking from it.
No, more than one.
All right,
Let me finish. Like, I'm not being any more hateful to you than I am to myself.
Okay.
But
I would.
You beg to differ.
I mean, you know, I was just saying.
But I will say that I shouldn't be mean to myself or to you.
Right.
So
right.
I will try to do better. I don't always take these critiques to heart. Sometimes the critiques are about my language and I'm like, fuck off. But when they are about how I treat people or how I treat myself, that's worth consideration. So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah.
And I
appreciate it.
Well, the thing is like, me and you do like tease each other like we down each other all the time.
Sure.
But this person specifically brought up that even though to us it might be funny, it could come across as sounding verbally or emotionally abusive to people who have been in situations where they might have experienced something that was supposed to be funny, but then later wasn't.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is fair. That is fair. And what's funny to us on our platform might not be funny to people who would otherwise support us. And I just want to take that into consideration. And so I will try to do better. Thank you for caring enough to bring that to our attention.
Key word there is going to be try.
Yeah. I mean, if you just knew how irritating. Okay, never mind. I will say we've been happily married for over 17 years. And even though we like sometimes are like, oh, you're so irritating at each other. It's like when we tease each other or down each other, it's never anything anybody should ever worry about. But you can't be in our house knowing that.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I'm saying this and then saying henceforth I'll try to do better.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, feet. feet. And so you shouldn't make fun of me when I'm saying these silly references. Because I'm trying to do better. You shouldn't tease me.
No, I'm going to tease you.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you bring up the Monkeys TV show on our podcast, and I'm going to mercilessly tease you.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Chapter 2. An attacker advances against you, Nineveh. Guard the fortress. Watch the road. Brace yourselves. Marshal all your strength.
Okay.
Oh, they coming.
Yeah.
The Lord will restore the splendor of Jacob like the splendor of Israel, though the destroyers have laid them waste and have ruined their vines.
Well, hold on, though. But when did he restore the glory of Israel?
I don't know. He's going to do it someday. We don't talk about that.
But it's okay.
It's going to happen, apparently. I don't know.
Okay.
He's going to restore the splendor of Jacob like the splendor of Israel. I think it just means he's going to do these things.
Okay.
The way he's going to do one, he's going to do the other.
Got it. Okay.
Like they're the same.
All right.
The splendor of Jacob is the splendor of Israel. And he's been saying, I'm going to do the one, I'm going to do the things.
Okay. All right.
That's my understanding.
Sure.
The shields of the soldiers are red. Ooh,
Okay.
The warriors are clad in scarlet.
I'm assuming this is blood references.
It's got to be, right? Like, how many different ways can we say the color red without saying red? I appreciate it. The metal on the chariots flashes on the day they are made ready. The spears of juniper are brandished.
This is interesting words. You know,
I appreciate
really
the poetry in that. Yeah. This is supposed to be one of the most poetic war things out there.
Okay.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
The chariots storm through the streets, rushing back and forth through the squares. They look like flaming torches. They dart about like lightning. Nineveh summons her picked troops, yet they stumble on their way. They dash to the city wall. The protective shield is put in place. The river gates are thrown open, and the palace collapses. It is decreed that Nineveh be exiled and carried away. Her female slaves moan like doves and beat on their breasts. Nineveh is like a pool whose water is draining away. Stop, stop, they cry, but no one turns back.
Yeah.
Plunder the silver, plunder the gold. The supply is endless, the wealth from all its treasures. She is pillaged, plundered, stripped. Hearts melt, knees give way, bodies tremble, every face grows pale.
Wow. That's quite the imagery there.
Yeah, that was really good imagery.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one to criticize, and so I also want to be fair. When something is well written, that was well written.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And these are like ancient people writing this shit.
Right. No, I got it. I'm gonna give some credit where it's due there. That was pretty good.
It really was. Where now is the lion's den, the place where they fed their young, where the lion and lioness went, and the cubs with nothing to fear. The lion killed enough for his cubs and strangled the prey for his mate, filling his lairs with the kill and his dens with the prey. That imagery goes to the fact that the Assyrians, their like mascot or whatever was the lion. And so he's like, where your lions now, yo? Y'all ain't like lions now. Y'all get stomped.
This is the Babylonians going in to destroy
Nineveh.
The Assyrian takeover of the northern Israel tribes, right?
Nineveh is being ransacked.
Right, but it's by the Babylonians, I think.
I
believe. I could be wrong too, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
I have one verse left here.
Yeah.
And then I'll go check and see if I can find that real quick in my notes.
Okay.
But this verse is, I believe, again, part of the next chapter.
Okay.
I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will burn up your chariots in smoke, and the sword will devour your young lions. I will leave you no prey on the earth. The voices of your messengers will no longer be heard. The end.
Wow.
Anytime he says, I will burn you, all I could think of is in the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes
Yeah.
When Moriarty's walking out of the pool and he says, "I'll burn you."
That is a good line, yeah.
I mean, that was the best.
Right. And just, I looked it up too just to see. I didn't want to have to wait too long in case we couldn't find it. But it is the Babylonians that are invading Nineveh, basically. So that is what's happening, which I thought, because we're talking about the time frame is in that right time frame for where the Babylonians started making their presence known after the Assyrians made their presence known, hundreds of years prior.
Right.
So that was where we were leaving off in the last chapter, and so I figure that's where we must have been there.
Yep.
So God is taking somebody else that's not part of his group and making them do the work for him.
He's using a tool to tool the other tool.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, why can't we? And again, I think I commented on this in the last chapter, but why can't we just call this war? It's fucking war.
Yeah.
Like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But
also, the city was so ransacked that even several generations later, they were not able to find a single bit of gold or silver in any of the findings of the ruins in Nineveh.
Okay.
So, like that part where it said, "Plunder the gold, plunder the silver," like that.
So it was very plundered.
It was fucking plundered. If something was ever plundered, Nineveh was the most plundered.
Most plundered.
Of any city ever.
Got it. Yeah, I'll put that as a marker note on the map, on Google Maps, like most plundered.
They didn't even have spoons left.
No spoons?
All their spoons, their candlesticks, they were all gone.
Wow.
Or candlestick holders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the
all that silver
cow
shit.
jumped over the moon.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, and the little dog laughed to see such a sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You said candlestick maker, and I don't know.
But I said the monkeys, and that was problematic.
I know.
Okay.
I have my own problems over here,
Yeah.
So I get it.
Okay.
You got anything else to go over with this chapter?
Nah, that was it, man.
Okay. Well, it was a pretty well written chapter, actually. I got no complaints about it, really.
No, I mean,
as chapters in the book go for minor prophets.
Like, I hate that God is such a dick.
Yeah.
Killing people and talking about...
Right, but I feel like we've covered that ad nauseum. God's a dick, he kills people.
I didn't want to leave off without having said that. Like, this was a beautifully written piece of war text.
Right.
Like, let us not forget, though, what the beautifully written piece was actually about. Yeah.
And God's killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
Very well written. Love it, but it's still murder.
Yeah.
Of thousands.
God murder.
Yeah. So, God approved.
All right. Well, that was Nahum Chapter 2, which means that tomorrow or soon we will be back with...
Nahum Chapter 3.
All right. We'll see you then.
Nahum.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.